This is the TFV Weekly News Report. A man who police shot with a taser has died after plunging into the River Thames following him being tased. Some sources say that he fell into the River Thames due to being tased by the officers, and others stated that he jumped into the river. Police were called to Chelsea Bridge Road in West London on Saturday morning after receiving reports that a man was armed with a screwdriver and shouting. He was rescued from the water and taken to hospital in a critical condition and later pronounced dead. A black Brazilian man was killed after being arrested by police, causing much outrage across the country. In a viral video taken at the scene in the northeastern city of Umbaúba, two officers can be seen pinning 38-year-old Genivaldo de Jesus Santos to the street. They then put him in the trunk of their police vehicle with what appears to be a tear gas canister and held the hatchback door closed on the victim's legs as thick white smoke poured from the car. Santos can be heard screaming and seen kicking frantically, but the officers continue to push down on the door with his legs outside the car and the rest of his body inside it. State officials said an autopsy found Santos died of asphyxiation, which is the state of being deprived from oxygen. Police officers turned the car into a gas chamber and executed a mentally ill man, says Renata Souza, a black activist and politician from Rio de Janeiro. There are no words in the face of such inhumanity. Brazil is an extermination camp. Santos's family stated that he suffered from schizophrenia and was taking prescription medication. He had packets of pills in his bag when he was stopped by the police. The Federal Highway Police said that Santos had actively resisted, leading officers to use lower impact immobilization techniques. They said a disciplinary proceeding had been opened. Lethal police violence is commonplace in Brazil, but disproportionately affects the country's black population. The death of Mr. Santos came on the second anniversary of the police killing of George Floyd in the United States. According to the Brazilian Forum of Public Security, police killed 6,416 people in Brazil in 2020, and almost 80% of those victims were black. Many are questioning, why do black lives not matter in Brazil? Anger has erupted in South Africa after the group of white Afrikaners were reported to be fighting for the right to display the old apartheid flag. South Africa's Equality Court partially banned the flying of the apartheid-era flag in 2019 and said that displaying it amounted to racism, harassment, and hate speech. It demonstrates a clear intention to be hurtful, to be harmful, and incite harm, and in fact promotes and propagates hatred against black people, Judge Phineas Mojapelo said during the ruling 3 years ago. AFRIforum's counsel, Mark Oppenheimer, told the court that a wide-reaching ban on displaying the old flag was a form of censorship, and the CEO of AFRIforum, Ernst Reutz, said the group and its members do not display the old flag out of hate but described it as free speech. AFRIforum is facing opposition from the Nelson Mandela Foundation and the South African Human Rights Commission, who believe the urge to display the old flag was a yearning for the return of apartheid. The old flag was adopted in 1928 and was officially replaced by the current South African flag in 1994. Students in their 6th year of mechanic studies at the Institute of Technology and Industry in Goma, a city in eastern Congo, have built a vehicle with waste material after 2 years of work on this project. The students aged between 15 and 20 used all the technical skills they acquired to overcome material and financial hardships in order to build the car that they named Mad Max. The vehicle was built using scrap metals and works with a diesel engine. A canister set up in the back serves as a fuel tank. The car Mad Max uses a 1 litre of oil for 7 kilometers, which enables the car fuel consumption to meet international standards. To develop other samples of these prototypes, the students hope for the Congolese government and other benefactors to help them reach the next step. The UK's first national black civil rights organisation has been launched by a cross-section of influential figures. The Black Equity Organisation is founded by some of the UK's most influential black leaders from the worlds of business, law, arts and social justice. Its journey began in the wake of the George Floyd protests and the subsequent spotlight on the racial inequalities that black people experience. The group aims to focus on economic empowerment, improving education and health outcomes, fighting racial discrimination and enhancing representation across society, as well as providing housing access opportunities for black British people across the UK. Propaganda.